We started in such a completely different place. Mon Mothma is not in a bunker surrounded by rebels talking about Death Stars. She is living within Empire. She's steeped in Empire. She's still a member of the Imperial Senate. She believes at this point where we meet her that she can perhaps still effect change from within.
Hello and welcome to a very special edition of the Movie Podcast. My name is Daniel, and joining alongside me is my brother, no matter where he is in the galaxy, Shahbaz. Hello, Shahbaz.
I am your brother. It's not doesn't work the same way, but
It's not. It's a little different. It's a little different.
Little different. Didn't hit. I mean, there's no. Yeah, it's okay. We tried. Now
We
we know why
tried
they
it.
didn't use that line.
We did, and then you know what? Let's make Darth Vader his father
Instead, yeah.
Yeah. It's he didn't say I am your daddy too. That's a very different thing.
I think he said, "I'm your zaddy." I could be wrong.
Oh, I'm your daddy because he's like Vader. Vader dad?
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
It's something. It's something. Shay, how are you doing today?
Man, doing good. We're this is. I don't even know what day it is.
No.
But that doesn't matter because every day is the movie podcast day in my books, and we're going hard at recording interviews, reviews.
Yeah.
I live coverages according to ET Canada. So, I mean,
that
was kind of cool. I mean, if you haven't seen us on ET Canada, we were there. We talked about the Rings of Power, this little show, the Lord of the Rings or something. Not a big deal at all. But no, I don't want to be that asshole that's like a humble brag guy. But seriously, it was a lot of fun, and I'm super grateful that we had all these amazing opportunities pushed into 1 week, and we still came out of it alive.
Yeah, coming out of it alive is, I think, the key factor of this, right? It's just been a lot happening all at once, but it's been great. And finally, we get to talk about Andor. Our review is going to be coming out this week, but today on the show, we're so lucky to be joined by a bunch of the cast of the show. So you may be wondering, hey, who are they talking to? I did not read the title of this episode. That's totally okay. We have Genevieve O'Reilly, who plays Mon Mothma, who I almost very, very closely almost said Mon Mothma, which is very different from the character who she plays. We had Adria Arjona join us, who plays Bix Caleen. We had Kyle Suller, who is Syril Karn, and Denise Gough, who plays Dedra Meero. And of course, they are all part of Star Wars Andor, which is a series we've been waiting for such a long time. It's going to be premiering with 3 episodes on Disney Plus on September 21st. Shay, we dropped our reactions a few days ago. We could reference what we said in our reactions, and basically that was that we loved this show so far, right?
Man, this show, I mean, again, no surprise to anybody, you and I are huge fans of Rogue One. We love that movie, and we love what it kind of did with the Star Wars universe, where it made it grounded and very just that very Tony Scott kind of feel, right? Or sorry, Tony Gilroy, my apologies.
Tony Gilroy, yeah.
And continuing forward with Andor, I felt like they doubled down on it, if anything. It just felt even different, but still very familiar to what we saw with Rogue One.
Yeah.
And it just felt gritty. Like when a stormtrooper's walking by, or when characters are, in the area, they have dirt on them. They have grime on them. That's something that we used to see. You look back at the J.J. Abrams movies, the stormtroopers or the First Order troopers are so clean and metallic
and pristine,
pristine, there's no dirt on them at all. But we know that's not the truth. We know that there is going to be this side of this world that's going to be plagued with just the grittiness of it. And so I muted myself there by accident, but that is what Andor does. It makes the world seem real, even though it's taking place in a galaxy long time ago, far, far away.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? You are just totally transported to this world. And, like we said, again, I'm just referencing my tweet, so I'm not breaking any review embargoes. It very much feels like Blade Runner. Obviously, it's Star Wars, but it has a different feel to it. So stay tuned for our review. It will be coming out on Tuesday, September the 20th. So look forward to that. But today is all about, let's talk to the cast. Let's see what makes them tick. Let's have fun with them. And I think when it comes to a world like Andor, there's such an amazing opportunity to introduce old characters, to reintroduce new characters to the worlds. And we had a great time talking to Genevieve, Adria, Kyle, and Denise. So thank you again to our friends at Disney for making this happen for us. We had a wonderful time. And I just cannot wait to see where this show goes. Before we get to that, I just want to remind you, as always, please check out the Movie Podcast on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Letterboxd at the Movie Podcast. Join our Discord. As we say, our episodes may end, but the conversation doesn't have to. Head over to our Discord. We're having some great conversations. And Shay, who's been doing a great job running that Discord feed, I think we should, next week, we'll most likely open up an Andor channel so we can start talking some Andor spoilers, right?
Yeah, I think as soon as that episode comes out, boom, Andor channel right away.
Yes, that would be wonderful. So look forward to that. So without further ado, please welcome Genevieve O'Reilly, Adria Arjona, Kyle Solar, and Denise Gough to the Movie Podcast. Hi, Genevieve. How are you?
Hi, nice to see you.
Nice to see you. My name is Daniel.
And my name's Shahbaz.
And I just want to say thank you again for sharing your time with us today on the Movie Podcast. We are absolutely loving Andor so far. And, one of the things that I think is really resonating with us is just how mature and gritty it is. It's very different from any Star Wars stories that we've seen before. So I'm curious for yourself, what excited you most about being able to return to the role of Mon Mothma and figure out who they were in a galaxy like this?
I hear what you're saying. I do think that Andor, well, I think each Star Wars probably has its own little identity, its own little kind of personality. I think Andor lives within the realm of Rogue One, certainly. It has, like you said, that gritty, edgy, perhaps independent cinema quality to it. But it's also what was wonderful to have the opportunity to explore is that the writing, because of the long form narrative, allows for an exploration of character that can be gritty, it can be gray, it doesn't need to be driven by a 2-hour time frame. So therefore you can investigate characters in a way that cinema just doesn't have time for. So, and Tony Gilroy, who's written The Bournes and Michael Clayton, we know he's interested in complicated characters and gritty scenarios. He was just the perfect person to write this, and for us to, and for me to investigate Mon Mothma in a grittier, perhaps more pared back version than we've ever seen her before.
So true.
Now, we know in Rogue One that your character is so crucial to the Rebels getting the Death Star plans. What can fans look forward to leading up to that moment?
There's so much for fans to look forward to. We start Andor 5 years before Rogue One. We started in such a completely different place. Mon Mothma is not in a bunker surrounded by rebels talking about Death Stars. She is living within Empire. She's steeped in Empire. She's still a member of the Imperial Senate. She believes at this point where we meet her that she can perhaps still effect change from within.
Right.
But we meet her at this kind of very crucial point where she is having to step outside what is safe, step outside the structure of Coruscant politics that she's lived in since she was 16 years old.
Right.
And she's having to risk it all. She's having to risk a very dangerous moment where she has to lean into her genuine beliefs, what genuinely drives her. We know that she has been an advocate for democracy within Empire I did all those scenes years ago in Revenge of the Sith. So for all that time, she's been living within the Empire, trying to push that. When we meet her in Andor, she's decided that's not going to cut it anymore. She has to risk something. And so it's dark, it's dangerous in a way we haven't seen her before.
Absolutely. And, the world of Star Wars is so iconic for its props. I have to ask, and we won't tell anybody, but did you take any props home with you?
I'm such a nerd. I didn't take any props.
No.
But I've been asked that question so much. I tell you what, when we go back for season 2, I'm looking for something.
Yeah, please do.
You're owed it, I believe.
Genevieve, thank you so much for your time. We wish we had more time to talk with you today, but like we said, we're loving the show. We're loving your performance in this show, and we cannot wait to see more of it. So thank you so much again.
Thanks for having me.
Hi, Adria. Thank you so much for sharing your time with us today on the Movie Podcast. My name is Shahbaz.
And I'm Daniel.
How are you doing today?
I'm so good. You guys have some of the most iconic voices I've heard.
Oh,
that's
like
I
like that. I like that.
Yeah, I'm like, these are some great voices.
Oh, thank you.
Well, thank you so much for that. You know, we're loving Andor, and one of the reasons we're loving it so much is because of this diverse cast. Now, for myself, I'm from Pakistan, and you know, seeing Riz Ahmed in Rogue One, seeing Kumail Nanjiani in Obi-Wan was such a big moment for me. So, for you, working alongside Diego Luna, what has this, you know, seeing representation within Star Wars kind of meant for you?
Oh, it means everything. You know, it means everything when you're being cast in a show. And I think Tony was very specific that he wanted to mirror our own society and wanted to mirror our world. And you can't do that. You can't tell a story about people and a revolution and unity if it's not about everyone, right? So it was important to him that it mirrored what we see walking down the street every day. And it just feels amazing. I'm so excited that, you know, a little girl from Guatemala or Puerto Rico or Latin America goes, oh, I could be in Star Wars. That's allowed. I that could be me. And it's really cool.
That's such a great feeling. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, it's very authentic. And I think something that we've loved so much about the show is just that it feels so genuine and it feels so real. The worlds feel so lived in. And I'm curious, you know, for yourself, Bix and Cassian have such a very complex relationship with one another. So what was it like, you know, working on that with Diego, and are there really friends in a galaxy like this? You know, everyone kind of seems to be looking out for their own right now. So I'm curious, what does friendship look like in this galaxy?
Working with Diego was amazing because he not only produced the show, but also has played this character before. I mean, he's definitely playing a different version of this, a way earlier version of what Cassian ends up becoming. But it was nice to talk to someone that has been a part of Star Wars and know this world, understands and knows this world so much. So that was fascinating. And then dynamic wise, we just really had a good time playing that. It's so well written that it just kind of, it was there for us. Tony kind of put the playground and set the playground for us to just kind of play and have fun. And are there friends in a world like this? You know, I think so. And I think Bix and Cassian are a big definition of that. I think Bix doesn't trust anyone more than she trusts Cassian, and vice versa. And friendship is all trust. And I think that it's interesting what happens, you know, they could feel the oppression. There's this movement sort of coming. They're at a cusp of a revolution, and people have nothing in common, but yet have everything in common. And what does that mean? It means camaraderie. It means unity in order to make change. So even more than friendship, they're fighting for one specific cause, which instantly creates like this unity for life, right?
I love that. Is there someone that you'd want to see Bix for yourself, a Star Wars fan? Is there someone that you'd want to see Bix share the screen with down the road? Anyone you're hoping to see? And it's okay, no spoilers, obviously, but anyone, I guess, throughout Star Wars, is there anyone you would love to see them, you know, share a scene with?
I mean, I really love Chewie.
Yeah.
I love Chewie. So that would be fun, even if it's off screen. Like, can we hang for a little?
I love that.
Well, that's again, Adria, thank you so much again for joining us today on the Movie Podcast. We had such a fun time talking to you, and we absolutely love the show. We can't wait for everyone to see it because it's so damn cool. So thank you again. Have a great rest of your day.
Oh, thank you guys so much. It was so lovely speaking to you both. And
thank you.
See you soon, hopefully.
Yeah, please. Yeah, hopefully we get to talk to you again.
Yeah, at the end of the season. That way we can actually talk about it.
Yes, please. Definitely.
Okay, I'm in.
All right.
Take care.
Hi guys.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
This is our first twosome.
Yeah, we had to. We know you guys had two, so we wanted to come, and it's equal.
You brought
Nice
it.
one.
Nice.
You brought it. We're really happy about this.
We're just both beards, but Kyle, you're really rocking it harder than us. So thank you for that.
Thanks, man. Like I think I reached my peak. I really
Peak
feel
beard.
kind of sensitive about it. If I go any longer,
No, it's
I'm gonna
great.
have to-
It looks great.
I have to change my entire wardrobe. I don't know, but like,
What about
No,
my
yeah,
beard,
it looks very
guys?
strong.
yeah, you
Yours
got
is not coming in
Come
well.
on.
I'm so sorry about that.
I'm
That's a good
growing
thing.
it. It's happening. It's really early.
Kyle and Denise, how are you both doing?
You're doing really well.
We're doing really well, but
we're-
we're getting to the point where we're starting to realize that we're really in Star Wars. And
Yes.
the more people that interview us and your excited faces when everybody comes on the screens, we're sort of like
Yeah.
yesterday was sort of a journey towards delirium that we're actually in Star Wars. So
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
a little overwhelmed. I
yeah,
think.
kind of freaking out.
Yeah.
Like,
It's amazing. Well, welcome to Star Wars. It's lovely.
Come
to
on,
have
thank
so
you.
much.
Yeah.
Honestly, we watched the first 4 episodes of the show. Obviously, we're not going to talk any spoilers. We loved it, and it's not often that you see something so gritty and grounded in Star Wars. So it's been awesome to see that. And Kyle, for your character, he's very much a man on a mission with a very strong sense of duty. And even if that conflicts with the Empire, where do you begin when you're trying to figure out a character like that?
Yeah, well, I it was all in Tony's writing. I knew where that character was going and the arc that he had planned for him, and I knew where he came from as well. What his home life was like. You get to see a little bit of that actually further into the series, and understand that he came from kind of nothing, and he's
Right.
always been an outsider, always placed himself on the outside, and is trying to find himself within this kind of corporate structure empire system, and trying to get recognized, trying to get some self-worth into him by achieving something that no one else will. And he's willing to do that at all costs. He's got the hunger that actually is quite dangerous, which
'Cause
actually
he's got
makes
nothing to lose.
he's got
right?
nothing to lose.
Neither of these people have anything.
Yeah.
Their ambition is so structured around their lack of having come from anything. So when you've come from nothing and you have a place in sight that you want to get to, you will go to any lengths to get it because there's nothing behind you to lose. You're
Right.
at rock bottom starting out. So you can only go up, but you have to be prepared to do things that other people won't or don't have to do to get
Right.
that sense of self, I guess.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Mhm.
And they both share a real strong fervor for, their own kind of moral view, which is quite
Yeah.
questionable.
Yeah.
Right.
Quite a fascistic moral view, and that is what eventually kind of they magnetize toward each other,
Mhm.
And then they live happily ever
and then
after.
it's
and
like
it's
they have
sweet.
lots of walks. And
So nice.
they go on a retreat, and
meditation.
yeah, it's really nice.
Healing.
Healing.
There's a lot of healing.
There's a lot. Yeah.
Right. Now the props of Star Wars are so iconic, and just between us, is there anything that you guys kept from the set when you guys wrapped up?
No, because I found out through Kyle yesterday that when somebody did try and take something, they got fired. So
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not doing that.
Yeah. It wasn't a member of the cast, but it was a member of the crew, and a little bit of money got disappeared from the set one day, and man, they
Disney
were
kill people.
on it. I think it was probably tagged or something.
Yeah. There's
Had a
cameras.
beeper on
everywhere.
it,
Oh, boy.
and that person was ceremoniously let go
Yeah.
very quickly.
There
and
is
was
like
probably
snipers
blacklisted.
in this room right
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
With
Right.
like red dots
Trained.
on
They're
us.
watching
just
us.
in case
They're
we
watching
say
all
it.
of us
In
right
our
now.
room too, actually,
Yeah.
for some reason.
Yeah,
Disney
it's
are
good.
everywhere.
Just
They're
a
everywhere.
healthy level of danger just keeps you on
Yeah.
a good level.
Right.
I do still have scripts though
Oh, that's
from
good.
the first season, and they did call me after like a couple of months to say, "Do you have any scripts in your house?" And I was like, "No, it's fine, but I will bring them back. I
They're like,
promise."
We know you do.
We know
Denise."
you do. We're in your spot right now.
Kyle and Denise, thank you both so much for your time. We wish you all the best with the rest of the junkets and the rest of the press for this. We love the show, and we're just so excited to see this. And hopefully we'll see more of you very soon. Thank you. And welcome back from a galaxy far, far away. Shay, We had a bit of a long break in between the two interviews that we did.
Yes.
What it feels like we did the first one like years ago. So it was really cool to get another opportunity to have more, cast join us. And, what were your thoughts after talking to this lovely ragtag team of actors on the show today?
Well, I think if you look at the video as well, you and I look healthier in one of them. So
Yeah.
depending on what order you're watching the video in,
Yeah.
in one of them we're still good looking, and then all of a sudden we're like, ooh, they got even better. Their budget got higher, because we're going to the gym, we're working out now. We're trying to live a better lifestyle here.
Yeah, definitely.
In terms of the cast, they were also great to look at the point where I'm going to be honest here. I'm going to go live. I'm going to say this on record. I have a huge crush on Adria Arjona. And when she joined the video, I think you can actually see in the video, I literally go, I have that dumbfounded face on where I'm like, oh my God, that's her. And we're about to talk to her. And it was like, boom.
She like radiates. She like, they all do. They all are just so good looking, all of them. And
but
I'm like, I get why you're famous.
But also she gave us a compliment that really, really stuck out to me, talking about our voices.
Yeah.
It kind of helps because we're on a podcast. So to know that we have good voices means that we're doing a great thing. So
I think
but everybody else was so phenomenal. It was a lot of like tiptoeing around important questions, because the first 4 episodes, there's a lot that kind of happens in them, and we didn't want to go into spoiler territory with them. So we're like, so what really happens? And again, we know the show.
How's your day?
Yeah, we know the show leads into Rogue One. We kind of, as in like the end of season 2, that's what their plan is. So it's fun also discussing with them, hey, with the future, you kind of know what's about to happen. How do you feel about what's happening in the middle of all this? So a lot of fun. They were such a great group of people, all had amazing answers, and we're so grateful to Disney and to them for this conversation.
Definitely. Shay, you took all my words, so I'm going to hold that against you forever. No, honestly, we had a wonderful time. They are such a lovely group of people, and this show is absolutely amazing. I'm so excited for everyone to be able to check it out. September 21st, you'll be able to watch the first 3 episodes. So it's like you're getting a brand new Star Wars movie that you could watch at home this week, which is absolutely amazing. So I'm looking forward to that. I can't wait for the discussions we're going to have on Discord. So please, again, join our Discord feed. Let's keep this conversation going. And of course, make sure you're following us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Letterboxd at The Movie Podcast. We said it at the top of the show. We were just on ET Canada. We were talking about The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. And that was an amazing, amazing experience for us too. So please, the link for that is in our show notes below too. Check it out. Leave a comment. Let them know if you want us back. We'd love to join them again. So please let them know if you like what we're doing. Tell the world. Share this episode with your friends. It'd mean a lot to us. And of course, that was this time with The Movie Podcast. And we'll see you next.